right, thank you for that, and we'll ask 4-H member Audrey Mays to come forward and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. All right, so then that brings us to public input. So, who's our first person up?
First, we have Danny Willett from Newmarket, and he will be speaking on Newmarket Elementary.
Danny has wanted to get on the agenda, but didn't realize it, so I'll give him the extra time here for him to speak over the 3 minutes. So,
Thanks, sir. And first, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Danny Willock. I'm the mayor for Newmarket. I think I've talked to most all of you all. I appreciate some of you coming to our community meeting that we had about Newmarket Elementary. I know there were several concerned parents about some of the issues that Coach Bradley actually brought up, as well as Danny and Paul and Doug, about the relocation plan. I specifically appreciate Coach Bradley and Doug for showing up, Dr. Arnold for coming and answering questions. There were several questions that actually eased some minds of several people. I don't have as much to say here that I was planning to say, because you guys discussed it in the meeting, and that's actually what I was asking you to discuss, is open for rescinding the motion for the plan whenever the plan is actually needed, as opposed to right now. So it sounds as if that may be on the agenda, or it's at least going to be voted to suspend the rules to be put on the agenda. So we're hoping for that, and that's exactly what I was going to ask the board today to do, to appease some of the students and parents of Newmarket Elementary School. Community involvement is crucial, and to support any type of relocation. And we appreciate the community involvement and the questions that we've had from our community to do this relocation. So we do appreciate folks getting involved in their community, getting involved in their schools, and recognizing the change and the needs of our schools, as well as each of you school board members. You all have a tough job. Every one of you do. I have a tough job. I inherited a tough job. You guys have all inherited a tough job, and we appreciate what you do, and we expect you to make the right decisions for our community and for our children. You're the future of our children. We expect you all to make that decisions for the future of our children. Got a question for anybody. Does anybody know when the first day of school is for Newmarket Elementary students? Anybody got an idea? Any word? September 7th, 1903. That school's been around for a long time. Our city hall is probably in that school. Seems like it was built in 1903, but it really wasn't. So sometimes it seems that way. We're proud of our school. We're proud of the Newmarket Indians. I do appreciate the board and whoever voted to bring back elementary school basketball team. I know Danny Martin had previous commitments to coaching the team as opposed to coming to the community meeting. I'm hoping you won that game. So if you didn't, you probably should have showed up for the meeting. So anyway.
We done well. Thank you.
Got a few notes here that I'd like to kind of address. But really, it's like I said before, what I was asking to do is to create a motion to suspend the rules, to add that to the agenda. That way we can kind of address some concerns. Most of y'all probably saw some of the issues, concerns on WBIR and the standard banner that was reported. And I think this would show that in good faith that the school board still supports Newmarket Elementary School as well as the other students. That's all I got.
thank you.
Thank you all.
All right.
Next is David Seal from Dandridge about lockers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. David Seal, 730 San Martin Road in Dandridge. commenting on lockers. I was contacted by a parent at Jefferson Middle School back in August concerning lockers, and she reported that students are not being allowed to use the lockers at Jefferson Middle School, and that's why I'm here today. The parent feels that her child will receive retribution if they speak out. I disagree with that, but that is her fear. That alone is a problem that you need to address. No parent or student should ever be fearful to speak out. I had a phone conversation with the principal at Jefferson Middle School on August the 8th, and I asked her if she would reverse the policy and allow those students to use their lockers, and she said no. If this problem has not already been corrected, I'm asking you to intervene, force a policy change on the administration, and that's for all schools that are equipped with lockers. And here's a set of reasons why. Number one, the parents and the grandparents and the great-grandparents of our students have been paid sales tax, adequate facilities tax, property tax, and wheel tax for decades for school facilities, including lockers. Number two, lockers make the student experience better by providing convenience. I saw that when I was at the high school. Number three, lockers can be used to teach our students time management and responsibility. And then four, denying students the use of lockers is ludicrous, especially with the amount of things they have to carry. Laptop, computers, and books, and that sort of thing. The last non-public enrollment report that this school system filed with the Tennessee Department of Education back in May showed that 835 students were attending homeschool, private school, or religious school. That amounts to 12% of our student population, and that should alarm you. As problems go, this is an easy one to solve. If you make the student experience better in our schools, you might get back some of those 835 students that you have lost. I'm sending you a copy of the report and asking you to reverse this ludicrous policy on lockers if you have already not done so. And then if I could have 10 seconds, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to reinforce something Dr. Arnold said. As CTE education goes, we've got it really good here in Jefferson County. We've got 30 plus of the best teachers that's ever walked the face of the earth. We've got a state-of-the-art facility, and we've got excellent leadership in Ms. Hayes. So with that, Mr. Chairman, let's get out tomorrow and make America great again.
Thank you. All right. Who got next?
Next is John Cuskey from Newmarket, speaking about Newmarket.
I won't take my 3 minutes because y'all have, like the mayor said, y'all have already talked about reconsidering that motion, which is what I had come here to urge you to do. And I'm not nearly as eloquent as the gentleman who spoke on lockers. So the one thing I would like to amend here is to say, you know, I feel like this situation is part of a deferred maintenance nightmare, right? In my line of work, we call that technical debt, right? We implement something and you just leave it there because it works and it works and it works, and then one day it doesn't work and you realize that instead of spending this much effort to fix it, you spend this much effort to fix it, and that's where we are right now. So I heard you speak about getting money from the county commission. I'd urge the board to make that a priority and just build those poor kids at Jeff Elementary in school. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next is Jody Newman from Jefferson City, speaking about Jefferson Elementary School students.
Good evening once again. My name is Jody Newman. I'm from Jefferson City. Just to fill in those behind me, my daughter, Kaylee, she missed 24 days last year at Jefferson Elementary. Her teachers had cancer twice. There's many teachers in that same hallway that have had cancer. And my fight with this began when I learned that we weren't the only one that was experiencing this. I really want to commend you for stepping up for your community. Jefferson City needs leadership like that, and that would almost make me want to stay in the county and move to Newmarket. Because we need it. I'm really here Jefferson County right now as a whole, but that is what it is. What I want to talk about is this article. Kids need to be in school. A lot of you have seen it. It says that Jefferson Elementary team works to reduce a 21.4% chronically absent rate. And we know that chronically absent is anything over 10%. My daughter was 13%, and so were all the other parents that I've talked to have been. My daughter has missed the least of the parents that I've spoke with. I really wish that we would get data on each school, because I believe that if you get your parent principals together and you guys all get together and look at your data compared, I guarantee the data will speak. I want to say that I'm very hurt by this article, and I represent a lot of other parents that are very hurt, offended, other words that we're trying not to use. This article really puts this absenteeism back on the parents. I'm a full-time working mother. I work in corporate. I'm climbing the corporate ladder. I'm doing everything that I can to raise my children as good, God-fearing little young lady and grown man, and to do the things that I need to do, just like all the rest of these people. And this article puts the blame back on the parents. How dare you? How dare y'all make us feel like we are nothing? We are the parents that have children that are sick. Teachers are coming down with cancer left and right in that school. I mean, honestly, I don't want to go to Newmarket because I don't think y'all are taking care of them either. I don't think you're taking care of your teachers. I don't think you're taking care of your students. And it hurts me so greatly to read here that the reason why my daughter was coming home crying about ice cream money, I didn't know why she wanted ice cream money, is because children that don't miss school would get ice cream. So my daughter got punished for her sickness and illness. My daughter's been in Hawkins County since the 3rd week. So he goes to Jeff Middle, and she goes to Joseph Rogers in Hawkins County. She gets up at 5 a.m., don't get home till 6, because I refuse to put her in any Jefferson County school. She has had 100% attendance since she went to Hawkins County. She couldn't go 2 months at Jefferson Elementary. I'm not the only parent. I don't know why you wanted to move Newmarket kids. I don't know why you want to disrupt so much in that plan. I don't know. What I ask, I don't care about renovations. I don't care about building the school. Please work with Milberg, our attorneys, who are asking you to do thorough indoor air quality testing at their dime. It's not going to cost our taxpayers anything. And let's get answers. Let's get answers. If you come back with that and there's nothing there, then maybe the parents may be okay and not be pushing you so much. But if you come back and there's something there, if there's PCBs in that school causing all this cancer, y'all are going to have a tragedy years down the line, and it's going to be way worse. Thank you.
Who's next?
Next is Bradley Newman from Jefferson City, and he is also speaking.
Bradley Newman at 2021 North Sizer Avenue, apartment 217. Wasn't really planning on speaking, but I knew we needed some people to get up and speak, and after y'all talked with Newmarket and stuff, and I heard about this meeting, about some questions or some comments being stated about a parent going in and damaging insulation again. You, Paul Hardy, have received 2 emails and have not responded to them, verifying that it is you that's saying this or not. And now I'm up in front of you wanting to know, are you the one telling them in Newmarket that parents are down there destroying the school?
I never said that.
Okay, why can't we answer an email?
Respond.
Well, I have to do this because we
But I'm
can't
not
get
gonna
emails.
Answer emails.
This Mr. Doug, he can respond to us. But we can email some of y'all and don't get any responses from anyone. I've emailed Craig asking him to send me over to September's 6-month inspection on asbestos and have not heard from him. Was it no damage found, Austin? Or was there damage this time? I'd love Newmarket for y'all guys to see some photos I've taken, not damaged. I have taken photos of open house and all this damage of asbestos pipe and insulation that these little kids could contrasue or see as cotton candy or something. And if I can damage it with a cell phone, which I didn't because we had teachers in there at every point, and then when Craig gave me a tour, he was with me the entire time. If y'all want to accuse us of damaging it, get Oh, send the sheriff to my house, 2021 North Sizer Avenue, apartment 217 then. Or these allegations have to stop. Thank you.
All right, that concludes public input.
That's how I can get responses from y'all.
All right, so the next thing we need to do, in regards to before we do the approval of the agenda, I'm gonna move to suspend the rules in regards to giving, prior notice to rescind a motion made at a prior meeting. So is there a second on that? I got Mr. Jernigan seconded it. So this isn't a debatable thing, so we just go straight to the vote. All those in favor of rescinding, or suspending the rules, in regards to giving prior notice to rescind a motion made at prior meeting, raise your right hand. That would be 7-4, 0 against. Okay, so then that takes us to the approval agenda, and we've got a few things that have asked to be added. First, we do have the field trip, which you have got, JCHS Cross Country. We got a typo that was supposed to have been removed, so on budget amendment, number 3, capital project fund, that was actually supposed to say NA, and it did not. So if you don't care, just go ahead and mark that out. We don't have that. We also have the coach wanted to add in the Maury Middle School HVAC by Perfection Group.
Well, now, let me ask for consensus consent, and we won't have to vote. Now, here's what I want. I want to, I move to add to the agenda, Maury Middle School scope of work only. Okay? Because on there it also has sports lighting, which is not a part of the scope of work, I assume, right, Director?
One thing to consider, sports lighting is listed,
But it's at a different price.
it is at a different price. It is at a different price. Jefferson is in good shape. Sometime, we're gonna have to do something in Maury. It is bad.
Okay?
If we're gonna continue something there, and we can separate those.
Yeah, well, that's what I see. What I see there is two different motions, basically. And so what I want to add to the agenda is just simply the scope of work. And we can go from there. If somebody wants to add the lighting, they can.
Let me get this one in, and then we'll, I don't think anybody's got any. And then since we have suspended the rules, then that would be adding in to rescind previous motion on the Jefferson Elementary relocation. So, does anybody, can we approve by unanimous consent those additions? Anybody got a problem? All right, so then, I'm gonna put it down like this, and then we'll vote on it. If you go down, we've added the cross-country field trip. We've struck number 3 because that was supposed to be NA on budget amendments. I'm gonna put it down like this. So for number 7 on your new business, the Maury Middle HVAC scope of work by Perfection Group. And then number 8, the rescind the previous motion on Jefferson Elementary School. So are there any corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting? We'll catch that real quick. All right, then, everyone that is in favor of,
Sir,
yep,
should we add, this is just a question, should we go ahead and add the lighting at Maury Middle School?
Yeah, I mean, you can add it to the
I mean,
agenda if
that's
you'd like to. It'd be another number.
Is that something that we need to move forward with now, or? Well, I've not seen the lighting up there, so that's why I'm asking.
I mean, it's bad. It's by far
I would like to add that to the,
Okay, so we'll put number 9, the Maury Middle Lighting.
Sports lighting.
Outdoor, yeah.
What it says on the paper. I assume the football field, right?
Is what it is.
Outdoor Lighting Perfection Group. All right, so then I need a move to approve the agenda.
So moved.
motion to approve the agenda with
Second.
item added.
All right, we got Bill, moves to approve the agenda with the items added. Second was Coach Bradley. All those in favor, raise your right hand. 7-4, 0 against. All right, so then that takes us to the consent agenda items, which was the minutes, which there were no corrections, and the overnight field trips. So is there a move to approve consent agenda items?
So moved.
Mr. Ibbotson has moved to approve the consent agenda items. Is there a second? Mr. Hardy has seconded. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving consent agenda items, show by raising your right hand. That'd be 7-4, 0 against. All right. Then that takes us to committee reports. We're on the policy committee and we're on the second reading of policy 1.400, school board meetings. Is there a move to approve this on second reading?
I'd like to comment, please.
Well, we gotta get a move second before we can comment, and then you can talk, comment.
Well, it doesn't require a second, I'm sorry. Okay,
I move that policy 1.400 be adopted on second reading as proposed by the policy committee.
All right,
sorry, guys.
it's all right. Second. Got Dawn on that. Do you got anything to say on that?
I do not.
All right, we'll just let you go.
All right, here we go. Bill, can I talk about you?
I've been talked about before.
Well, I won't hold back. Bill and I have been referred to as lifers on this school board, and I tell you what, it feels like it too. Bill served longer than I have. This is a great idea. Bill and I have lived through it. We have experience. What happened, what I saw, one time we were having a meeting, we would have a work session and then the voting session 2 weeks apart within the same month. A little bit different from what you were proposing. But the attendance at the work session sometimes was not that good, was it, Bill? And depending on what was on, you know. But I will go with the majority. I'm just telling you, we've seen it, Bill and I have seen everything tried. This has been done before. A little variation, like I said. But I tell you, tonight I voted for it on the first reading, but tonight I'll vote for it. And if we see that it don't work, please, can we change it and do something? Don't drag it out, if only. Attendance drops off. Oh, I'd like for all 7 of us to be here. And that's great. That's not a problem.
Yeah, you're talking about board attendance, not public attendance.
Board attendance.
Board attendance,
Yes.
right.
That,
Yeah, no, I understand. I just wanted to make sure I understood what you were
I'm
talking about.
trying to make eye contact with him. Just kidding, folks, you're good people. Thank you for coming tonight.
At our work session,
It's my wife I don't make eye contact with. But anyway, I will support your motion. I didn't the first time, but if you're just willing, you know, good ideas, if you find out they don't work, then do something else. All right? That's it.
we've had meetings at our work sessions where we've had 3 board members.
Yeah.
And you get I think the purpose of this is to have more public input. And, you know, like I say, if that's what you want, I'll agree with it, but I think we're making a mistake, because when you come to a public meeting or a work session, and there's supposed to be 7 board members, and 2 or 3 of you, I say you, 2 or 3 of us will make a decision, and then we'll bring it back to the meeting. It doesn't work with 2 or 3 making a decision. I know that we're doing this to save time, or we think we're doing it to save time, and giving everybody that wants to speak 3 or 4 minutes, and that's my comment.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right then, all those in favor of approving policy 1.400 in school board meetings on our second reading, please raise your right hand. All right, that'd be 7, 4, and 0 against, so that policy passes. Thank y'all. I'll say constructive input. I agree with you, Coach. Now we're on to budget amendments. We got 2. We've got the number 1 here, General Purpose Fund 144, or 141, number 5, item 1. Is there a move? Dawn is moved to approve General Purpose Fund 141, number 5, item 1. Is there a second?
So moved.
Danny has made the second. Any discussion? All right, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of General Purpose Fund 141, number 5, item 1, approval, raise your right hand. That'd be 7 for, 0 against. And then that takes us to number 2, Federal Purpose Fund 142, number 4, item number 1. Is there a move to approve this budget amendment?
So moved.
I got Mr. Ibsen moving. Is there a second?
Second.
Got Paul Hardy seconding. Any discussion, question? All right, all those in favor of approving Federal Purpose Fund 142, number 4, item number 1, budget amendment, show by raising your right hand. Unanimous, 7 for, 0 against. All right. There's no unfinished business that I see down here. So that's going to take us to, hold on just a second, let me get my piece of paper out here. I'm keeping up stuff too. New business, number 1, 2024 Local Education Agency Compliance Report. We've been asked to approve this, so is there a motion to approve 2024 Local Education Agency Compliance Report?
So moved.
Yeah. Danny for the approved, second?
Second.
I got Doug seconded. Is there any discussion on this item? Hear none, vote. All those in favor of approving the 2024 Local Education Agency Compliance Report, show by raising your right hand. All right, 7 for, 0 against. Me and Coach got the same problem sometimes. We left and right, we just getting something
I'm
done.
leaning on that one.
All right, next item under new business, resolution number 2024-133, maintenance surplus. Is there a motion on that?
I move to accept.
Bill Jordan has moved to accept this resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Coach Bradley has seconded. Any discussion?
Like to have his forklift.
You don't want it.
Oh, okay.
You don't want it.
Anybody else? All right, all those in favor of accepting resolution number 2024-133, maintenance surplus, show by raising your right hand. Alright, 7-4-0 again, motion passes. Now 3 is the building maintenance committee, which I've looked into creating here, and I'm gonna ask Paul to serve on that committee, and we're gonna, right now, I'm kinda working on what we're hoping that this committee will look like, and I'm gonna share some of what I sort of got wrote down. So, committee purpose and scope, and if you've got anything you'd like to add to some of this stuff, I'd love for you to send it to me. We can get it in here and get it in a document, that way Paul can sort of see what he needs to look at, and, everybody else that can be a member of this committee. So, objective, of course, is gonna be ensure the effective oversight of school, district buildings and maintenance, supporting the director of schools and the maintenance and facility supervisor, and maintain safe, functional, and efficient facilities. And this will include school buildings, grounds, infrastructure, related maintenance services. And, we're gonna, of course, Paul will be serving as the chairman of that committee, and if anybody, might feel led to help him out, we'll get that took care of. This is just the start, sort of it. I'm hoping that, we can have an open line of communication between ourselves, the board, with Paul as our representative, and the director, and the maintenance facilities, and, hoping that he can report back, if he feels monthly, what have you, on what's out there, what he's seen. But if you got anything you want to sort of add to that you think that committee, needs to be done, or if you want to help out Paul, let us know, and we'll get that took care of. But I'm really hoping that this will help, what's the word I'm looking for? Have some proaction on our behalf, and have some, just another set of eyes. We're not there to say, hey, we're not here to tell you to do. That's not our job. Our one employee is the director. So we can't be, we can't run around telling everybody else what to do. I just have another set of eyes, maybe another, if there's somebody in each of your districts that maybe says, maybe you'll look at this, that's something you can report, Paul, and he can go out and, just get another set of eyes on it. But that's gonna be the building and maintenance committee, and hopefully by next board meeting, we'll have all the scope of everything put together, and I'm gonna let y'all see that, so.
I'll volunteer to serve on that. I'll volunteer to serve on that committee.
All right, well, I appreciate you doing that then, Joe. If anybody else feeling laid by the
Just me
board,
out of vacuum and not do anything.
they might ask you if vacuums go with you there. I know I have to do that. Okay, so, number 4 would be roofing proposal there, under new business.
Matt, Mr. Chairman, may I have the floor, please?
Well, we gotta
Right,
get,
we've moved to number 4, right?
yes, we're on number 4.
May I have the floor, please?
Well, we gotta get us a motion and a second before we can talk about it.
I know I'm gonna make a motion.
Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, that's why I was asking for the floor. Yes. Okay. I move to utilize funds from the fund balance for roof replacement at Jefferson Middle School for $531,000, Maury Middle School, $215,000, Restaurant School, $940,000, roof renovation at Mount Horeb Elementary, $258,000, and preventive maintenance at Jefferson County High School, $24,000, for a total of $1,968,000.
I second.
From second.
From where? From where? Fund balance.
Yeah, from back, did I say fund balance?
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
All right, and I got Doug.
You can keep that copy.
Doug has got us a
I don't need
second.
any more.
Doug's got us a second there, so
How much was the total on that Gosh.
$1,968,000.
Right, that's on the document here, right?
And he has all the
I
numbers.
got all the numbers from the document.
Here as well. So I'll just reiterate it. Utilize funds from fund balance for roof replacement at Jefferson Middle School, $531,000, Martin Middle School, $215,000, Rush Strong, $940,000, roof renovation at Mount Horeb, $258,000, and preventative maintenance at JCHS, $24,000, for a total of $1,968,000. Any discussion on that?
Gotta do the second.
I'll get done.
You second, okay. Thank you.
Any discussion?
Well, the only thing I can say, we won't work on these buildings, we need to start at the top, you know? It's leaking. It brings a lot of problems, and I'd like to say though, to thank Tommy before he even became director of school several years ago, he came up with a roofing plan. And, I know Bill, you may have been, I'm not sure, you know.
I got in on the end of it.
Yeah, okay. And before Tommy did this, the repair and whatever, it was like throwing darts at a dartboard. There was no plan, he didn't know. I got more calls about roof leaking somewhere and mold in the building.
We were
So
spending over.
We're gonna take care of the roofs, I wanna do that for sure,
We were spending over $100,000 in roof repairs
yeah,
a year.
yeah. And still had leaks.
Yeah, oh yeah, we were just,
Sieves. They weren't roofs, they were sieves. Now, anyway, that's all I got to say.
Anything else? All right, all those in favor of the motion for the roofing proposal, show by raising your right hand. All right, that'd be 7-4, 0 against. That moves us to number 5, Jefferson Middle School Energy Project, HVAC by Perfection Group. Any motions on that?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Ibbotson.
I move that $4.5 million be transferred to the appropriate account from the fund balance to fund Perfection Group's Jefferson Middle School scope of work, excluding sports lighting.
Is there a second? Paul has seconded that. And I'll just read that again. Move that $4.5 million be transferred to the appropriate account to fund Perfection Group's Jefferson Middle School scope of work, excluding sports lighting. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask Matt Callahan from Perfection to come up. I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask of him regarding the estimates that he gave us.
Is it green?
Yes, I under, you, right now you're in the process of doing Rush Strong School, is that right?
Correct.
How long do you estimate that it will be prior to, getting those, it sounds like you're pretty well along the way to getting those installed and working.
Correct.
And how long, I presume, once you do that, you're ready to move on to the next project?
Correct. Yep.
What is the time, the lead time between when you actually order equipment for a new project and you actually get it?
This time in the industry, because supply chains have been improved, we're looking probably around 12 to 16 weeks to get that done.
So you're talking 3 to 4 months?
Correct. From the day we order it.
From the day you order it?
And the time it comes in, correct.
All right.
And we are working currently to update the prices. That price that is on there for the budget side of things came from the original price that we gave you. I added 10% to it just to get a comfortable feeling for it, but we are going to, we're looking at everything to reprice all the equipment because that is a year and a half old probably, maybe a little bit less, but we want to get an accurate cost for that.
Right, I understand. And Dr. Arnold, you said that Jefferson Middle really, I think we had a discussion at some point where you said that the lighting at Jefferson Middle actually came from the high school, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
For
Whenever we
the
did-
athletic fields.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
athletic.
the athletic field, that's right.
Yeah, if you drive by there, I mean, there's new poles. The old lights that were at the high school were transitioned over to Jeff Middle School and put up and new wiring and, you know, it's good for another several years, 20 years. I mean, change the bulbs, that sort of thing.
And the reason I'm asking to do this now and to get this transferred is because it won't be approved until the county commission actually meets in January. Until it's approved, Perfection won't be able to order it, and by the time they order, if it's it'll be March to April before we even get it. And if we want to get, and I believe in moving forward, and if the money is actually in that account, we can go ahead and we can have it earmarked, move forward. The county commission can approve it in January, and we can get going between March and April, whenever it happens to come in.
Correct. Just because I haven't, Dr. Arnold, I haven't given you the update, and I'll have that to you tomorrow, but obviously the lighting has been done in all the schools. You should have received your checks from TVA for the rebate, or the local power companies. I can't remember what the total.
We'll take more if you want
Pardon? You
to.
said more?
We'll take more if
Okay.
you'd like.
So that's all been taken care of. As far as the 1985 schools, all the HVAC installation has been complete for Danner's, New Market, and White Pine. We still have to install bypass filters on the water loop system to keep sediment, debris, etc., from going into that loop. It's a preventive maintenance process. Okay. We still have a rebuilt loop pump that we're going to get back and install. And then, so all that, by the way, was done outside of the scope, but we are not charging Jefferson County for that. It's part of our commitment to make sure that everything's done correctly on that side of it, okay? The retro commissioning for all the equipment has been completed. We have controls are completed, all three of those schools, and we have a controls training coming up on 11/12. Have they scheduled that with you, Austin? Okay, great. And then the third thing, Rush Strong, we've installed all the equipment there. All of it's running. Right currently with the makeup air units that are made by Aon, those are being factory started by the Aon representation. That should be complete soon. We have 6 splits and 1 mini split that have to be installed. Should be in the next 4 to 6 weeks to complete that. And we're about 70% done with the controls at that school. So that's where we are now. The rooftop installation went fairly quick because we didn't have to get into the classrooms, and it was a much easier process for us than doing all the water source heat pumps and the split systems, etc.
Thank you.
Is that it?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So on Rush Strong, are we ahead of schedule, or are we right on schedule with?
I mean, I think, I would say we're ahead of schedule. We did it very quickly. We worked on a weekend and got a lot of stuff off the roof. We had great days to do that, so it helped out quite a bit. So it's an easier job than going into the classrooms and dealing with all duct work and all the items that are inside closets, etc., because we got an open area, so it's a lot easier.
So when do we kind of estimate be done, like March?
For Rush Strong?
Yeah.
I mean, I think with controls, I think you're going to be looking at sometime around the first of the year at the latest, but I can confirm that as well.
Anything else? Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? All right, so the motion is $4.5 million to be transferred to Broke County Fund Perfection Group, Jefferson Middle School scope of work excluding sports lighting. All those in favor of that, please signify by raising your right hand. 7, 4, 0 against. All right. Next thing 6, TISA accountability report. Need approval for that, so is there a motion on that? Any has moved to approve the TISA accountability report. Is there a second? All on that one? Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of the motion to approve the TISA accountability report, please signify by raising your right hand. All right, 7-4, 0 against. Yeah. All right, so then that brings us to number 7, the Maury Middle HVAC Perfection Group. Motion?
Yes. I don't have it written down, so be ready. Don't ask me to repeat. I move to utilize $3.75 million from fund balance for the scope of work that is needed at Maury Middle School that's listed on this document. You want me to add those to the, you want me to read those out that's on the document? Can y'all just add that to the motion? The DDC system for plant upgrade, Douglas Split, I have no idea what these things are. Auditorium lighting, and UA, do what? Sorry to interrupt.
He wants to look at money and then come back to the proposed, kind of like that. So kind of like Jefferson Middle, where we put 4.5 into a count, come back into December with a set number. So you're asking for 3.75.
3.75, utilize $3.75 million from fund balance to be put in a reserve account
For Maury Middle School
for
HVAC.
Maury Middle School scope of work on this document, that's on this document. How's that?
Yes.
Clarification, hold on just a second. Rhonda, was you able to get that?
Bits and pieces.
Well, the lighting's listed as separate, so I'm just saying scope of work.
He's just going to this right here.
Lighting.
All right, so we're.
So I just had added to the agenda, scope
So
of
we're
work.
just voting on the HVAC.
Yes, but right now, this portion
Just the
right
scope
here.
of
Excellent,
work.
thank you. Thank you.
All right, so then, is there a second on that one?
I'll second.
All right, got the second on that one. Discussion?
Yes, I would like to point out, I picked this because it was the smallest number of all the four, but it's work that needs to be done. I don't know a lot about what a split system replacement is, but it sounds important. And I can't, doctor said I couldn't do this because I had a heart attack. Can't do that.
All right, any more discussion?
Does this include the football lighting on the football?
It's coming up, there's another,
This is separate from that?
It's separate.
All right, good.
This is a question for Ms. Jessie. After the roofing, the mooring, and the money that we're taking out of fund balance for mooring, what does that leave in our fund balance after we take all of that out?
Thank you for asking. I'm sitting over here sweating bullets. Like, please somebody ask me. So with all of that, if this passes, it'll leave you around 2.75 million. So I know the next one that's on the line is 650,000, I think is around what, if the sports lighting is passed. So answering for your next possible motion, that would leave you with around 2 million total if everything is
Plus
good.
the 3 that's required, right?
This is unassigned, so this is,
Unassigned,
yeah, we're good on the required, we have that set aside,
I'm sorry.
so this is just unassigned fund balance, but these are also, unaudited, financials with our fund balance that we're utilizing, so, our audit's currently in flow right now, and so we may have some adjustments that might change the amount.
And as I understand it, should we at some point need that money for some kind of an emergency, there's no problem, we can vote to take it out of those earmarked accounts and put it back in the fund.
Correct, if it's in a reserve, even if it's in a budgeted line and we've not spent it or anything at that point,
So it's not.
you can amend it, it would be a budget amendment.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, until we enter into a contract to,
Understood.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Anything else? All right. All those in favor of the motion to use the 3.75 million for fund balance to fund Perfection Group's Maury Middle School scope of work. I know I'm not reading it all exactly like we got it down, but all those in favor of that, show by raising your right hand. All right, that'd be 7-0 against. And then that brings us to number 8, which was the rescinding the previous motion on Jefferson Elementary. Oh, here it is right here if you need it.
Actually, I have it right here too. So I'd like to make a motion to rescind the motion that I made at last meeting. That approved the Jefferson Elementary School temporary relocation plan as presented, and the director of schools to implement at any time as he deems it necessary.
I can't hear what you're saying about it.
It's on your minutes.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'll do it again. Sorry. I'm gonna make a motion to rescind the motion that I made last month to approve the Jefferson Elementary School temporary relocation plan as presented, and the director of schools can implement it at any time as he deems it necessary.
All right, is there a second on that? Dawn, second for that. Discussion? Doug?
We all voted for this. At the time, I thought it was a proactive thing. So that we would have something in place in case we needed it. As in many cases, and I am as guilty of this as anybody else, I don't think we really informed the people who needed to be informed what this was all about. And as a result, I think our lack of communication to the public caused an awful lot of confusion, what kind of led us to this point. And I'm including myself. I think in the future, when we do things like this, we need to communicate what exactly we're doing and why we're doing it a little bit better. Thank you.
I may.
Yes, sir.
I think Jefferson County is a good place to live. I said, I'm from Colby. I got here as quick as I could. But I know these people back here from Newmarket, if we had a real emergency, I know y'all would step up, right? If we had a real legitimate need to move our kids around, I know the people in Jefferson County have been here a long time, and I think they'd be more than willing to work with us. But at that point in time, for that need, I just like you to know that, and I appreciate it. And I do appreciate you coming to meeting night and speaking out. That's what you're supposed to do, you know? We don't know what to do sometimes if you don't tell us, right? So thank you for coming tonight, and I'm gonna support this motion, and I'm done.
Anyone else? All right, all those in favor of rescinding that prior motion, show by raising your right hand. All right, 7-4 against. And then that takes us to our last item on there, number 9, about the Maury Middle outdoor lighting from the Perfection Group. Is there a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to replace the lighting with the Perfection Group, mainly because Dr. Arnold says that it definitely needs to be done, so I back what he said.
Let's see, is there like a dollar number? It needs to be attached?
600,
$600,000.
In a reserve account,
From fund balance.
out of fund balance, yes.
in a reserve account.
Yes, in a reserve. Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Okay. Talking to my bad ear.
650,000?
Is it 650,000 or 600,000?
650.
625. 650.
650. Into a reserve account, out of fund balance.
All right. Trying to get me and Ron to try and get this down.
I'm just glad for the recording.
All right, is there a second on that one?
I'll say,
All right, Coach, a second. Any discussion? Just, well,
Oh, actually, Paul goes first, you made the motion.
you just go first.
I was just under the impression that he said it was good to go for another 10 minutes.
No, it's
What?
just.
Oh, no, that's Jefferson. Jefferson's
Oh,
good to go.
okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Mark.
Maury looks like Coach Bradley put that up whenever he was 15 years old.
So we need to.
It's in bad shape.
Okay.
I'm
It's
not
in-
that old, come on, man.
It's in bad
Just
shape.
confused me, I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Mr. Chairman.
yes.
Dr. Arnold, do you foresee any, we're getting kind of low on our kind of fund balance. Do you foresee any other, I mean, you never know what's gonna come up in the future, but do you see any other major capital expenditures on facilities that we're going to need to do during this school year?
Not this school year. I mean, just historically, Jefferson Elementary is out there, lingering somewhere.
Yeah, no,
But, you're looking at, you just take into consideration what we've done roofing wise, and we're out of the red roof sections. What we've done mechanical with Piedmont, White Pine, Dandridge, Newmarket, Rush Strong, and then you're looking at these other schools being addressed. Talbot Elementary School renovation. There's not anything left at Piedmont that is outdated, old. The only thing that Austin and I have discussed is sewer plants, and that's something that we are monitoring. We'll probably look next year at a capital projects where we try to place somewhere between, we've put as little as 250,000, as much as 800,000 as we have available. We'll look at addressing our sewer plants through capital projects. We have a paving project that we're looking at for Dandridge. That's a large paving project, but that's our last major parking lot that's crumbling, that's, pushing 40 years old. So, we've done a lot since 2019, and, I could stay here till probably 8 o'clock just listing things that we've done with capital projects. So I don't see there's not anything lingering out there that's keeping me awake at night as far as
That was my question.
failure.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else on that?
And how much would that leave us?
Leaves you around $2 million in your fund balance. Your unassigned available fund balance.
All right, anything else?
Well,
All right, all those in favor of that motion to replace the lighting at Maury by transferring $650,000 from fund balance to reserve account, show by raising your right hand. All right, 7-4-0 against. That brings us to the end of new business, so that takes us to school commissioner input. Anybody got anything they want to do on school commissioner input? Now, this don't have to be on the record, but I do appreciate everybody that reached out last week when, my grandmother passed away. There's several folks called and sent messages and things like that. I sure do appreciate that. Means a lot. Anybody got anything else?
You remember Rhonda's mother, she said not see you, I think it's possible.
Let's remember on anything else?
I would just, once again, encourage the public, take a look at our 5-year plan. Please comment on it if you can. We'd love to have your input. It's gonna be the highway that kind of gets us from point A to point B over the next 5 years. And we want to make sure that you have a chance to give your input on it. Thank you.
All right.
I just wanna, we have a longtime employee at Jefferson Elementary School, Lee Daly, that's, not in good shape. She's on a respirator and, currently not doing well. So, just, she's been with us how long today?
Almost 28 years.
Yeah, pushing 30-year employee. So,
We certainly, as a country and as a community, especially with what's coming up tomorrow, got a lot to be thinking about and praying about.
You got that right.
So, with that, is there a move to adjourn?
To move.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we got a scramble on that.
Or started.